We are live. It is year one, done, complete. Welcome everyone to the Pageant Sit Down. My name is Regine, Alaina, your host. I'm so happy to say that today is the first day of season 2, if that's what we're calling it. It is the birthday special, the 1 year mark, whatever you want to call it, of the Pageant Sit Down. And today is also number 1 episode with our new co-host, Elizabeth. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Regine. How are you doing?
I'm great. First off, welcome home.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you on here. Today is a very special day. Not only is it your first episode, but it's also the 1 year anniversary of the Pageant Sit Down. It's crazy.
It's really crazy. We've mentioned this before, but I was with you when it was the brainstorming process of this whole project, and it feels like yesterday, not a year ago. But I'm really excited to see where it goes for many years to come. And yeah, it's been a great start.
It definitely has been. It's crazy because people don't know this, but you and I and Cindy with an S, we were in this group chat, and I'm literally there talking to both of you, like, What do you think of this logo? What do you think of these colors? And to see where it is now, first off, thank you to you and Scott Dion Brown as well, because if it wasn't for him, I would not know how to use this computer. Let's be real. And Cindy, and I know she's watching, so hello, Cindy.
Yes, hi, Cindy.
And to all of you who are watching, thank you for joining Liz and I for this very special episode of the Pageant Sit Down. If you have any questions, comments, topics, you want to say hi, feel free to leave a comment in the live chats below, and we will be reading them here for you. And if you ask questions on social media, we'll be answering them as well.
Exactly. Well, speaking of questions on social media, do you want to answer one to get us started? Warm us up a bit?
Warm you up a little bit?
Warm me up a little bit? I need the practice. Okay, so I can grab one from our Instagram. One question was, how long does it take you to prep for a pageant, including everything, walk, platform, etc., all the things that we do? How about you, Regine?
Oh, goodness. How long does it take you to prepare for a pageant?
How long?
I mean, I've been competing since 2010. Mm-hmm. It's 2021. I'm still preparing for a pageant. I feel like, every pageant is different. And depending on what stage in your pageant career you're in, sometimes you need more prep, sometimes you need less. If you're a beginner, I would definitely recommend getting a pageant coach, watching pageant videos, really learning about different systems and different styles of pageantry, and then going from there. But I would say a minimum a year. What about you, Liz?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say about a year is when, from getting a title to a competition is what I prefer to have. Sometimes you're not as lucky and you kind of have to scramble a little bit more, but when you do have the opportunity to pick a timeline, definitely at least a year. People are always surprised by how fast things roll around when you're preparing for a pageant, as well as just living your life. Things get going really fast. So there's a lot of things to do for a pageant, and same for me. I was started in 2010, and it feels like I haven't stopped preparing since day one. So, but it's all part of the fun. I feel like if you're not embracing the preparation period, you're not getting the whole pageant experience anyway. So take your time with it, ladies.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen, of course, pardon me.
So speaking of, there are actually a few people who are tuned in. Mind me, I'm going to look at my screen. Mm-hmm. So in the chats, we have JVR9000. He says, way to go on 1 year. Congrats and welcome, Liz.
Thank you.
We also have Katie in here. We have Katie and Kate. They're both
amazing.
In here. They both actually say, hey, guys. Mm-hmm. And we have... I'm going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. We have Isiona Siliker in the chat.
That's my roommate, Isana.
Oh my God, I totally butchered it. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, she gets it a lot, so it's okay.
No, but I hate butchering names. And
I know, it's not great.
We all know I do it all the time on the show. And now that Liz is here, guess what, Liz?
No.
Your job.
Exciting. Oh my gosh.
Yes, so thank you to all of those who are tuned in. I know there are a bunch of you. Hello to Liz's roommates. I hear you're all sitting downstairs on the couch watching. So hello to all of you in London.
Yes.
Or no.
We're in Windsor right now. But yeah.
Sorry. Whoops, my bad. Butchered her name and where she's from. I'm so sorry. So like we both mentioned, 2010, we've both been, so I guess essentially you will still continue to prepare for a pageant 11 years from now.
Yeah, of course. What else are you supposed to do? Speaking of Kate in the chat, she asks, what are some of your favorite memories together so far? We have some good ones.
There are a lot. We can't talk about most of them on air.
Oh my gosh. I have some really great memories with Regine, pageant related and also just friend related. I've been very fortunate to create a really strong relationship with Regina over the past couple years. But I'd have to say for me, I think back to Canada Galaxy where it all began. My favorite has to be the very, very first moment we met. And we were at Sweet Darling Divas, which is owned by Lindsay, and we were both volunteering as an appearance for Canada Galaxy 2019. And I saw Regine in the washroom. And I hadn't met her before, but I knew her because I had seen her compete at Miss Universe Canada, and I had seen her on social media through a couple of things. And I remember turning to my sister, Katie, and I was like, oh my God, that's Regine, oh my gosh. And then I kind of stalked you. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you. Like, I know everything about you, but nice to meet you.
And it was kind of a funny interaction.
No, it was really funny. And I remember that like it was yesterday, honestly.
I feel like it was, because
yes.
Technically the past 2 years just mushed into one.
Right.
But we have definitely shared a lot of great memories, and I think my one clear moment, and I'm so glad it was caught on camera, was backstage at Canada Galaxy this year.
That too.
A lot of you who are not familiar with pageantry or being on stage, there's always the sidelines, like the wings, and you have to be careful because the camera can see on the side. And Liz and I are just conversing.
we're not thinking about the cameras.
Exactly. We're not thinking of where we're standing or what's going on around us. We're just in our own moment, because it was about to be my final walk and I was emotional. Liz was trying to calm me down. And of course, we looked to the side and we're like, oh my God, the cameras. And of course, it was all caught on camera. So that was one of my favorite moments between the two of us.
I'm pretty sure what was caught on camera is I was mocking you crying on stage. And I was like, da-da-da-da. Oh, it was so embarrassing. But, it happens. It's a good lesson. Always know when camera's on.
Exactly. Or always be aware of where you're standing so that you don't get caught on camera.
It's true.
Who else is in here? Kate Briona says, so excited for you guys to host together, and she's laughing at our memories.
Good times. I also met Kate that day too at Sweet Darling Divas. That was the first day I met her too.
You did.
Yeah.
Chantal is in the chat. She says hi, and Cindy with an S, as we were mentioning, is here. Hello, Cindy.
Hi.
So again, to all of you who just joined us, welcome to the 1 year celebration of the Pageant Sit Down and the first episode with new co-host Elizabeth Marnoch. Okay, are we calling you Liz? Are we calling you Elizabeth? What are we calling you?
This is the great debate. The thing is, like, my pageant name, my professional name is Elizabeth, but if I'm walking down the street talking to my friends, I go by Liz. So I don't know. What do you think, Regine? I'm cool with either.
I mean, I call you both. So to all those who are watching, let us know. What should we call her? Should we call her Big Liz?
Oh, that's a classic. It is a classic.
Should we call her Liz Marnoch? Should we call her Liz? Should we call her Elizabeth? Should we call her Hey That Girl?
These all work. I will respond to all, but
Hey Pageant Girl.
Pageant Girl.
Okay, so I actually do want to ask you, Liz. So back in 2020, during the pandemic, you started your own little talk show called Live with Liz. What is it like going from Live with Liz on Instagram to now being here on the Pageant Sit Down with us?
Well, there's definitely quite a big difference. My Live with Liz show, for those of you who didn't see it, it was, just a fun little activity I did during the very beginning of the pandemic with my International United Miss title, Canada. And it was really fun. I got to talk to people and interact with people just like Regine does weekly here, but mine was on a much smaller scale. So it was just integrated into my own Instagram. Regine has made this for a separate thing. It is the Pageant Sit Down. It's very professionally made. So it's a little, I would say so. So I was less nervous for those shows. It just felt more of like a conversation. But here it seems like it's still a conversation. It's still fun. It's still, easygoing, but a little bit more on stake when you're on YouTube and it's going to be posted for forever. So
I mean, I could delete it, but I won't.
It's true. But yeah, it's definitely different. Both were cool experiences, but I'm really glad to be a part of this.
Well, welcome. Also, Cindy says Elizabeth in all caps.
Elizabeth.
I can hear her screaming Elizabeth.
She doesn't like Liz. Like anytime she made me, like when I was Miss Teen Galaxy Canada, she hated making my merch or anything with Liz on it. So Elizabeth works.
Irene is also in the chat and she says hi.
Hi.
There's a lot of Galaxy girls here.
That's what I like to see. These are the true girls.
All of them. Yeah. Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining us again for the 1-year celebration. Liz, are there any other questions from Instagram?
Absolutely. Let me grab another. We have, what was your first pageant? That's a fun one. How about you, Regine?
Well, I mean, we both started in 2010.
Yeah.
My first pageant was with the PIDC Association, so the Philippine Independence Day Council here in Toronto. It was their Miss Philippines Canada 2010 pageant. It was my first pageant. I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I did, like we all do at our first pageant, but I won Miss Charity, so I can't complain. What was your first one?
My first pageant was in 2010 at the Miss All Canadian pageant in Woodbine Mall in Toronto. It was special. I was definitely taking creative liberties with what I was doing on stage. But that one's it's just a fun one. It was cool because there's also a speech component in that pageant, which starting off in that system was really great for me because it's not a huge national pageant, but it is a really fun experience where you get a lot of great fundamental tips and tricks about, basic things in the pageant industry. So learning how to do speeches and speaking in front of, it was in the middle of a mall, if you can imagine. And, as a 10-year-old kid, it was definitely a little nerve-wracking, but I whizzed through the speech and I felt really confident about it. And it kind of had me hooked on pageants. No, I did not win the pageant, but that's okay because, when you go away from something and you don't win, but you still have that like fire in your belly to want to come back and do more, you kind of know that you found something that you're really passionate about. And that's kind of what I discovered that day as, my brisk little 10-year-old self walking through the mall. And it's a great memory. So I think of that one fondly.
So, okay, you were 10. What was it that made you, I think I asked you this question when I interviewed you twice, but what was it about pageants at 10 years old that you're like, this is what I want to do?
I mean, I've always been a very out there kid. I like people hearing what I have to say. I like being the center of attention sometimes. And I found that was just kind of a fun way to take all that energy and put it into something more direct and maybe more useful perhaps. And it was really fun. I saw it online and I was like, hey, let's give it a go. I've always been the type of person to just kind of choose something and go for it, and I don't ever do anything halfway, so pageants was no exception, and now here I am on the Pageant Sit Down, so I guess it worked out well.
Well, there you go. You love talking, like being the center of attention. This is perfect.
I know, it's really just all coming together for me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, at 10, I don't think I knew what a pageant was, so.
I know. I mean, I think especially now the pageant industry, especially in Canada, has grown immensely. When I started, there was very, very few pageants that I could think of. And that's why I ended up actually, when I started my pageant career in like scholarship systems and multi-division systems, I had to go to the States to begin with, and get appointed titles. And that's where I was based. So doing pageants in Canada back in 2019 was my first like big national pageant in Canada, because I was just so foreign to the concept of competing here, just because I didn't think there was many competitions. So yeah, it's exciting that it's growing, and it's cool that a lot of people watch the show, and we all kind of know each other in some capacity. So it's a really fun community that we have going on here in Canada.
Definitely. And speaking of women who have been on the show and women that we've met throughout the year, they've actually put together a little something for the Pageant Sit Down. So it touches my heart every time I watch it, because I did edit it. So for all of you who have been on the show, who have watched the show throughout the year, please enjoy this video from not all, because not everyone responded to me, but most of our guests that have been here in the past.
Happy birthday, Pageant Sit Down! It's Elizabeth Marnoch, your IJM Canada Miss 2021, and also your brand new Pageant Sit Down co-host. It's such an exciting day. We are finally hitting our 1-year anniversary of the Pageant Sit Down. Regine has put in all this work, all this effort, and I'm at the very beginning, and I'm so proud of all of your work, Regine. It's truly an accomplishment. You should be so proud of yourself. I love being a guest. I've been on it not once, but twice. I have also been an avid viewer from one, and it's going to be such an exciting journey to now join you on the Pageant Sit Down every week and talk all things pageants with all my favorite pageant girls. Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. I cannot believe it, and years to come. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandell Taylor. I'm your current Mrs. Pennsylvania 2021 and 2022, and I'm here because I want to wish the Pageant Sit Down a happy birthday. So let's hit it. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. I'm so excited for you, Regine. 1 year on the Pageant Sit Down. I cannot wait to finally get to meet you at the International Galaxy Pageant. I wish you all the best in your life and much success. Congratulations on hitting 1 year.
Surprise! And happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. And I personally want to thank you, Regine, for letting me hang out with you and just be able to share my stories as I'm fighting beauty queen, especially with my ongoing battle, which is almost hitting its 6-year mark rather. And I'm not sure when I'll be competing, but you'll be the first one to know. Plus, I'm also very thankful for the Pageant Sit Down to be able to give us pageant sisters, beauty queens across the world, to be able to give us a platform where we're able to sit and hang out, just hear each other's stories, and give pageant advice whenever we can. Thank you so much, and here's any more. Happy birthday!
Congratulations to the Pageant Sit Down and to Regine on having a successful first year. I'm so proud of you and everything that you've done to bring together women from around the world in pageantry to empower each other, but also to share mentorship on amazing things that we're all doing and how we can all continue to grow. Once again, Happy New Year.
Congratulations, Regine, for 1 year of the promise. We love you.
Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. Thank you so much for having me this past year, and I'm so looking forward to what the future holds. Happy birthday!
Miss Canada's Top Choice 29. And I'm Tyra, your Miss Teen Canada's Top Choice. Hi, Regine! Congratulations on 1 year Pageant Sit Down. For all that you are, you have a big heart, a passion in uplifting others. You're truly inspirational, and thank you so much for it. We look forward to many more years of the Pageant Sit Down.
Hi everyone, it's Victoria Silva here, your business in Galaxy for 2021. I really just wanted to wish a happy anniversary to the Pageant Sit Down, which I had the most amazing honored to participate, and all the best.
Happy anniversary, Regine! On behalf of all of us at the Miss North Ontario Regional Canada Pageant, congratulations on 1 year hosting the Sit Down. Thank you so much for having me on your show last year. It was so fun and it was such an honor. I look forward to seeing everything that yourself and your new co-host, Elizabeth, have to offer in 2022. Congratulations!
Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down! Congratulations, Regine, for making it to 75 episodes, and it's truly an amazing accomplishment, and especially for telling story, empowering women in pageantry. I'm so blessed to be part of those women that were able to tell stories, especially on things like bullying and experience in pageantry overall. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and to share the stories of so other amazing, setting the stage for all these empowering women to take space and others to also be inspired by them as well. So congratulations and thank you so much for doing this series. Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Pageant Down. Wish you all the best. Bye!
Happy first birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. My name is Janice McGregor and I am Miss Regal World 2020 to 2021. Regine, congratulations on a successful first year of the Pageant Sit Down. This year has been so remarkable, both as a guest and as a viewer. As a viewer, I see this podcast as a gift that you give to me and the other viewers every week. You give your time, and you've also given us a way to meet other pageant girls and daughters in different systems and different countries. So thank you for this gift that you keep giving us. Congratulations again on the first anniversary and more years of the Pageant Sit Down.
I just wanted to say a massive happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. Lots of love from Galaxy UK and congratulations on all your wonderful shows.
Hello from sunny Vancouver. I am Caroline Absalom, your Mrs. Galaxy Vancouver 2022. On here and wish Pageant Sit Down a very happy 1 year and counting anniversary. And I just wanted to thank you for doing what you do, promoting positive pageantry. How very Galaxy girl of you. In all seriousness, it was an honor to be on your show, and I can't wait to be there again. RuPaul's Drag Race. Regine, come on.
Congratulations to the Pageant Sit Down for reaching its 1 year mark. They're giving the women all world and Canada especially the opportunity to discuss all things. Thank you so much and congratulations on 1 year. All that.
Happy first birthday, Pageant. Thank you so much, Regine, for allowing me to be a part of your very first year. Congratulations on everything. I can't wait to see where 2022 takes you.
Happy birthday, Pageant Sit Down.
Happy first birthday, Calgary 2000.
Hi everyone, it's Alaina for you, Miss North America Galaxy. I just want to say congratulations to Regine for 1 year with the Pageant Sit Down. I remember when I won the Pageant Sit Down, it was an amazing experience. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for Regine and for new co-host Liz. Keep up the work, ladies. Love you.
Hi, Pageant Sit Down. Amanda here, your Miss Eastern Provinces North America, and I want to wish you the happy birthdays. I cannot believe you just wrapped up your first season and what success that was. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of it, and I cannot wait to see what new features you have doing, and I wish you all the best in 2022. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Melanie Renault, your Miss Galaxy Canada 2022, and I want to wish the Pageant Sit Down a very happy first birthday. Thank you, Regine, for everything that you do. Your show is amazing, and you all over the world. Happy first birthday, Pageant Sit Down.
Hi everyone, it's Katie, and I just wanted to wish a very happy first birthday and congratulate Regine on such an amazing year of growth on this platform. I have had such an amazing time getting to know so many women from all over the world, and I cannot wait to see what's next. Happy birthday.
Hi, Pageant Sit Down. Happy first anniversary. Happy birthday. Thank you for all you do for the pageant community, and I wish you continued success and more power to you program. All my love, Miss D.
Happy first birthday to the Pageant Sit Down show, and thanks so much for allowing to be part of your show and allowing to showcase who I am outside of pageants and on pageants stages. I'm sure so many people like myself learn so much from her show every week, and I'm so excited to see where the show is going to be in the next couple years. So I'm so excited for you. Happy 1 year, and I hope for more years to come for you in the show. Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Karen Cortez, your Miss Belleza Latina International 2022, and I just want to take this moment to wish the Pageant Sit Down a happy 1 year anniversary. I am so honored and thankful to be able to be part of this journey with you, and I cannot wait to see your holds.
Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. I am so proud of you, Regine, for everything you have accomplished over this last year, and so honored to have been part of it, but twice. I cannot wait to see what is to come this year with your special announcement and new partner in crime. I, again, so proud of you. Happy birthday, and love you so much.
Everyone, I just wanted to wish a happy anniversary to the Pageant Sit Down, and I just want to thank you, Regine, for having me on your show this year, and many more here to show. Thank you very much.
Hello, happy birthday. I'm so proud of what you did with the show, Regine. A happy 1 year anniversary. This is a huge milestone. Couldn't be more proud. Lots of love. Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down.
Happy 1 year to Pageant Sit Down. I wish you all the best in 2022.
Hi, Nick. Congrats on your podcast 1 year anniversary, and I cannot wait to see what you have in store for this year.
I'm Jane Nicholson, your Miss Confidence Canada 2021, and I would love to wish the Pageant Sit Down a happy birthday.
Congratulations and a big happy birthday, Pageant Sit Down. I'm so glad to have been a part of it. I cannot wait to see what and who else you bring to the show. Congratulations, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. 1 year on air. Regine, congratulations. You did it. I knew it, and I cannot wait to see the show goes next. Here's to a year, and another year, another year, and another year. From your co-host on the Sit Down, Scott Dion Brown. Congratulations, Regine.
And tell me that was not the cutest thing ever.
Adorable. Adorable is the only word for it.
I do apologize. I was getting messages that it was a little laggy. My apologies. I can't tell my computer to not make it laggy, but thank you to all of those who did submit a video. It was just, for me, putting it together and rewatching how many people were on this show. Like, we were talking while this was playing, Liz, at least 70 people, individuals, men and women, children, people of all ages. We've interviewed, or I've interviewed them all, and it's just so crazy to look back and remember. Okay, so we had people from the UK, we've had people from all over Canada. It's just so surreal.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's very impressive. It's cool. I also I know I didn't do the shows, but it just feels like a walk down memory lane. I get emotional when I first saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, so nice.
It is, and a lot of the people who are in the videos are all here today. And the chats, and they've all been. And there's so many Galaxy girls, but I also tried to get people from different pageant systems, which we did. We had Janice McGregor was on there. We had Lily on there. There's so many different pageant systems. It's crazy to think.
Yeah.
Mrs. Universe Canada was on there.
Yeah. I love it.
But who also was on there, who we should give a shout out to, because he is most likely watching, is Scott Dion Brown. Because without him, let's be real, Pageant Sit Down would be an Instagram, no offense, an Instagram interview.
No, seriously.
So kudos to Scott for teaching me how to use these different programs and the Pageant Sit Down is actually an umbrella company off of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. So thanks, Scott.
Yeah, always a good time on the sit down. So to kind of merge it over to the pageant sit down has been really fun, but we cannot forget our good friend Scott in all of this.
Exactly. And Caroline Frolic, Mrs.
Caroline.
Galaxy Vancouver. Yes, we need to get her on the show because a lot of people know Liz and I are very fond of the Drag Race franchise. There's a current season going on, so we definitely need to have her on to talk all things
It's a must.
Drag Race. For sure.
Love talking about that. You know, pageants and drag, all of that. It's all about being fun, being out there, and of course we all like it. Who doesn't?
I mean, some dare to differ, but it's funny because I always joke around and say like, I want to be dragged. I want to be in drag. I don't want to be dragged. I want to be in drag, the full on, like kick it up. And I think it was Jenna who was like, but isn't it the same as getting ready for a pageant? No, it is not the same.
It's not. But I see what she means. There's a lot of hair and makeup. There's a lot of hairspray going on in the pageant world. But yeah, drag, I feel like it just looks uncomfortable, but really fun.
Definitely. But yes, again, to all of those who were included in the video, thank you so much. I will be posting the full video on social media. So for all those who want to rewatch it, it will be there. And again, thank you to everyone who sent in their videos super last minute. I know, I apologize, but thank you.
Yeah, should we grab another question from Instagram?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so who would a dream guest on your podcast be? Do you have someone in mind?
You know, I think about it, and obviously, you know, being a Filipina beauty queen myself, I like to call myself a Filipina beauty queen. You know, they always go back to like different Filipina Miss Universes. So, you know, there's Catriona, there's Pia, of course. And I think if I were to pick between the two, I'm gonna have to say Pia Wurtzbach would be my dream interviewee. Just because if you follow her on social media, you can actually see the true person behind the crown. Like, she's hilarious, super hilarious. She's smart, she's passionate, she has her own podcast. So I feel like it'd be like the greatest combo.
No, seriously, it would be really awesome to interview her. She has a lot of content to talk about too, so it'd be cool to kind of get an inside look into that. For me, my dream guest would probably be Crystal Stewart. She's the new owner of Miss USA. She was a former Miss USA. She's now running this coaching company, the Miss Academy, and she has a lot to talk about, and I think she's kind of had her toes dipped in every part of the pageant industry. So I'd love to hear what she has to say, and I'd love to interview her. That'd be really cool. All under the universe branch, of course.
Yes. Or, I mean, you know who else I would really love to have on here is, her name is slipping my mind, but she was Miss Nevada.
Miss Nevada?
2021.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. It should be really cool to have on. Her name is slipping my mind. But yeah, I don't know.
Are we lagging? Or is this me? No? Okay. I'm like,
we're good.
Like, okay, I'm good. Live shows, guys. Sorry. I am lagging.
Yeah, no, that'd be really cool.
Hang on. Let me just see something. I don't know why I'm lagging. I think there's a lot going on internet-wise because, you know, everyone's streaming right now. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
The show's blowing up. It's going viral.
But anyways, as we're talking, so actually Chantel says, happy birthday to the Pageant Sit Down. Thank you for bringing a weekly discussion about pageantry, especially here in Canada where pageantry is continuously on the rise. That's very so true of you. We need to get her on this show.
100%. 100%. It'd be really awesome to talk to. There's so many people, like, from so many different systems, people, you know, obviously you're going to learn more about the show, and it's going to grow, and it's awesome. And we've had so many people from so many different systems, but I think people would be surprised how many are really out there, not only just in Canada, but the US is a whole different thing. And then go through the Philippines, all these places. There would be so many opportunities for different pageant queens to share their story. And yeah, I just hope it keeps growing. We're going in the right direction. We got to keep it going.
Exactly. But with that being said, there are changes coming to the Pageant Sit Down. I know as the Pageant Sit Down came to life, we are going twice a week, Monday and Wednesday, and then life happens and then it becomes once a week. But here, with it being 2022 and a lot going on, things are starting to get back to normal. The Pageant Sit Down will be going live, but twice a week this time. It went from twice a month. So it went from twice a week to now twice a month. So if you are interested in being a guest on our show, you can do so by submitting a 30-second video submission to pageantsitdown@gmail.com and let Liz and I know why, 1, you should be on the show, and 2, tell us a little bit about yourself. We want to see your personality shine through the video, so send us an email, please and thank you, because we'd love to have you here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Who else is here? Oh, Cindy says, I met you as Elizabeth, so you're forever Elizabeth to her.
Yeah.
It looks
fair
like
enough,
it's going to be Elizabeth.
She knew me as my stage name, so it's fair enough. I will take it.
There you go. And to all of you who are tuned in, if you are seeing a little bit of a lag, again, I apologize. Can't do anything about my internet. But if you have any questions for Liz and I, or have any topics that you would want Liz and I to talk about, by all means, the floor is yours. We are celebrating not just the show, but our viewers as well. So let us know, what should we talk about? Because this is a talk show.
Yeah, and trust me and Regine can talk and talk and talk about just about anything. So we're open.
So let's while people are thinking of questions, what are some of the other questions from social media?
Well, let me see. We have also here. What is your favorite color, Regine?
What is my favorite color?
Pageant interview question. Answer properly.
My favorite color, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing it.
Always wearing
it. It's pink. I don't know. I've just always loved the color pink. It's such a joyful color. At least I think so. It's a happy color to me. It's my happy color. Pink is my color. What is yours, Liz?
I mean, forever I've always said yellow. I really like yellow to wear and stuff, especially, I don't know if any of you guys saw, but in my last competition in International Junior Miss, I wore this very bright yellow ball gown in competition, and I loved it a lot. So yeah, yellow's just always been one of my faves.
And you look stunning in yellow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was fun. It was a really cool competition. So to bring kind of a dream wardrobe, especially with that dress, it was kind of a funny story of how I got it. It was really fun. I ended up seeing that dress at a dress store in Columbus, Ohio years ago, 2017-ish. Oh, wow. And then I tried it on. I fell in love with it. I have this picture of me like screaming into the mirror like, oh my gosh, I love it. And then I kind of just forgot about it because it was quite pricey. But then I was on Facebook Marketplace, and this girl had the dress, the exact one, because there's only a couple of them made, and in basically my size. It all worked out well, and I was like, bye. And it was really cool, and it was all kind of felt like it came together. So that's the little story behind that dress.
I love it. Mm-hmm. We also have Sherry Handicrafts watching from the Philippines. So
oh my gosh, hi.
Hello, welcome. It is 9 o'clock, I think, is their time. So good morning to those in the Philippines.
That's so cool.
It is. So for all of those who are tuned in, welcome to the Pageant Sit Down 1 year special. I'm here joined with my new co-host, Elizabeth. We are just reminiscing about the past year, talking about things that we want to see the show, or how we'd like to see the show grow, and just talking about old guests, because that's what we do. We like to talk, and that's why we're here.
Yep, exactly.
You know what? It's crazy to think, because my first guest was Bea Rose Santiago, Miss International 2013. And to see, like, I remember I was so nervous. I was so nervous to ask her. I was so nervous to start the show. And I was like, no one's going to watch. No one's going to watch this show. And then all of a sudden, here we are, 76 episodes in.
Yeah.
And people are still not watching. No, I'm just kidding.
They're right here. They're right here watching us right now.
There are so many of you watching, and it's just so great to see all the comments fly through and the views come through. So it's crazy. Liz, what are some of your favorite moments on the show? Because I know you've watched 75 of them.
Oh, I have so many favorite moments. I think one of my favorite segments is the tips, the 5 tips. And I think it's so cool to hear everyone's different tips, because everyone's had they're in a different stage of their pageant career, whether they're brand new or they're even like more seasoned and been in it since the beginning of time. It's really cool because I am constantly learning things. I am a little bit of a snob. I feel like I know everything, but that's not true. Like, I don't know everything, especially in the pageant industry. And so hearing all this tips is stuff that I take with me to my competitions. And, I write down in my little notebook. And when I'm preparing, these are things that I kind of take with me. So thank you guys, everybody, who have all had a little hand in my pageant journey. So thank you. How about you, Regine? What are some of your favorite moments?
Oh, God. There's so many. Like, I find that every person that I interview, they all have different stories, because they're all in different parts of their pageant journey, but then they're also in different parts of their life, right? Like, there's women who are in the Mrs. division. I've had the Little Miss on here. So to see their stories, but I think if I had to pick one, it would be not a specific one, but having guests on the show that I have known for a very long time. So, for example, having Kathy and Tyra on the show. I mean, I met them at Canada's Top Choice, and then seeing them grow from candidates to winners. And then same thing with Nicole Min. Being her pageant coach throughout her entire journey, and then having her on the Pageant Sit Down right after she won internationals. To me, that was a very special moment. I'm trying to think. There's just so many different...
There's so many.
Everyone's story is so different, and it surprises me the most, I think, when they get very vulnerable and they share their deepest side, and I'm just like, oh my God, there's a lot, and some of them are on today watching, and to have them trust this program, trusting me to tell their stories, I'm just like, wow, like it's very, I get very emotional when I think about it, because it's like, I just started this as a joke, or not a joke, but like as something to do in my free time, and then for it to be an outlet for people, it's just whoa. That's all I can say is whoa.
And it's really cool because not only like in the pageant industry on the inside, we know that that's such a core value of, sharing what you're about, things that you're passionate about. Sometimes pageant experiences can be very intense for some people, depending on their platforms and what they want to share with the judges and kind of how they express themselves. But it's a whole separate thing to take that vulnerability and put it on the internet and share it with people who may not understand pageants, and people that, I'm sure if you compete in pageants, we've all gotten comments of kind of like, not everyone likes it, right? So you definitely put yourself out there and hope for the best, and I'm really proud of all the people who have shared such vulnerable stories. It's very inspiring to me, and it's kind of why people keep going and watching, because they want to hear that people are living the same life as they are.
Exactly. What do we have here? Chanel asks, what are some things you tell yourself before you go on stage?
For me, I tell myself, don't fall, because it's a long way down for me it's gonna really hurt.
Yeah, you're very tall.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I take a deep breath and I visualize in my head how I want it to go. By the time I get to a pageant, I should have it just muscle memory. I should be able to do it with my eyes closed. I should know the stage pattern. I should know exactly where I'm putting my skirt and where my feet are supposed to be. And I just kind of have to trust in my process of preparation that muscle memory will kick in and you can just kind of have fun, interact with the judges, smile on stage. So visualization is a big one for me, because if you visualize it's going to go well, your chances are higher than, if you fall, that's not as good.
Just not visualize that.
It's not fun. I'd never visualize that. How about you?
But I'm the same, where I obviously am nervous and I do pray before I go on stage. Like if I'm quiet, I'm never quiet. So if I'm backstage and I'm quiet, I am in my head praying, one, that I don't fall, but then also just I need to talk to somebody. So, and I don't want to talk to the people around me for one. So I do pray to myself. And I don't pray to myself. That sounds funny. I pray in my head to myself. And it's just the same as you, like visualizing what's about to happen. You've walked on that stage during practice. I need to, like, for me, for example, Galaxy or Nationals, I haven't been to International yet. For Nationals, it was more so, I've been on this stage before. I know what I'm doing. This is your moment. You've got this. And just telling myself that I got this, regardless of the situation. But it would be great if I left with a crown on my head.
Of course.
So just about positive reinforcements and talking to yourself and manifesting it all at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good question though, because I do think a lot of people underestimate those last couple seconds before you go on stage. They're really, really important to be, especially like in all areas of competition as well, especially in the interview process. You should be in your own little bubble. And I am the most talkative person on a pageant. I want to meet every single person. I want to talk to every single person. But in those short moments, really just take time for yourself, because you've put in all that work, and the last thing you want is just to be thrown off for something as silly as just talking to someone, when you can do that for the rest of the weekend or the week or whatever your pageant may be. So yeah, it's huge. That's a great question.
And it looks like Mr. Brown has finally made his way to the
Pageant
Sit Down.
Welcome.
So he totally missed us talking very nicely about him. So he's now going to have to rewatch this just so he knows what we talked about.
Yeah, rewatch the whole thing, Scott, and you'll see.
But thank you. He says congrats on year 1. Thank you, Scott Dion Brown. He says, sorry I'm late. I'm sorry too, because I'm never going to say a nice thing about you ever again. I'm just kidding.
It's the one and only time you missed it.
Honestly. No, but now that he's here, thank you, Scott, for allowing the Pageant Sit Down to come from the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, and for teaching me literally everything about these programs, because you can tell I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm getting it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's such a cool way to do it. Like, it makes it so much more official, so much more fun, and it's a cool appearance for pageant girls to be on YouTube Live. It's also great interview practice, ladies, or gentlemen as well. So yeah, I'll keep that all in mind. But yeah, Scott really mastermind a lot of the technical parts, and that's really awesome that we were able to have this happen right now.
Yes. And to all those who are watching, if you are bored and have nothing to do in 10 minutes, go on to Scott's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown, and go follow his stream, because he plays video games. And if that's what you enjoy, go ahead. Or wait until Sunday and watch me on the pageant. Not the pageant, on the Sit Down with Scott Dion. It's been a long time, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who else is on here? Katie asks, what is your favorite thing you've ever worn for a pageant? That's a good question.
Favorite thing I've ever worn? I know my least favorite thing. No. My favorite thing I've ever worn, I'd say probably my most recent fun fashion was one of my favorites. It was a liquid beading fringe turquoise Ashley
Oh.
Lauren dress. And I loved it. Like, it was so fun. It was, I felt really comfortable in it because it was just like a cocktail dress, but it had so much like going on that I was really able to like do my full routine, and I wasn't scared of going to trip on anything. And I loved it. I thought it was really fun. How about you, Regine? Do you have a favorite?
I love all my looks. I mean, most recently I've been able to work with Kimberly Ortiz, and she's been able to provide me with the most amazing dresses, gowns, fashion wear. It's hard for me to pick. Like, I don't know. Can I say all of them? Like,
all of them, honestly.
goodness,
Yeah,
Katie, why? Like, why do you do this to me? But no, I do enjoy everything that I wear because I feel like I try to pick something that fits my personality. If I don't feel comfortable in it, I won't. Okay, if I had to pick one, actually, when I competed in Miss Universe Canada, I wore, in Miss Earth Canada actually, I wore this full on, it didn't fit me very well. It wasn't very figure flattering, if that is even the right term, but it's just this beautiful hand beaded with pearls and sequins couture. It's actually a wedding gown, wedding gown by Filipino world renowned designer Renee Salud. And when I put it on, I don't care what I'm doing, if I'm emceeing or competing, I just feel like a goddess. And because it's literally beaded, when I walk, you hear the swoosh.
love it.
And I love it.
I love the whoosh. Just makes you feel so expensive.
And then you see like a trail of beads fall, and you know where I've been.
Where did Regine go? Oh, there she is.
Don't fall on those beads.
Sabotage.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, Scott says, happy to help. You hit the ground running.
It's true. You put in so much work, so, you know,
But so
congratulations.
did you. So did you, Liz, because people don't know this, but before I went live with Bea, and before I went live with Crystal Gale, before I went live with like the first five episodes, before I went live, Liz and I are in here trying to figure out, like, I need someone to just be in here and make sure everything is working. You've been through it all with me with the technical issues, and if it's not this show, it's the one with Scott where we thought we were live, and then halfway through you texted me being like, hey, is your show happening?
When is it starting? We've been on for half an hour. Yeah.
Scott's favorite episode of the Sit Down.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, I mean, it was my pleasure. I love helping people with like things, especially like this and special little projects. As you know, I like doing little things like that as well. So whenever I can help anybody, I like doing that. Even though I was in my pajamas, you know, they're like half awake, rolling on, testing audio, clapping. I remember the clapping vividly. That was awesome though. So I was happy to help.
Well, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Exactly.
Oh God. Well, as we start to wrap things up for your episode, Liz, what are some things that you are looking forward to year 2?
For year 2, I'm excited to see new faces on the show to begin with. I think it's going to be really fun. As you know, we've joked about this a million times, but I'm kind of the pageant stalker. So I love seeing people from all over, and I probably know most of the people that will eventually come on the show, but not personally. So it'll be really cool to chat with them, and, you know, make more connections that way. But, you know, talking pageants is just a part of my life. I will do it with anybody, whether they're making pageants or not. And so this is just kind of a fun way to do it and share it with everybody. And hopefully I will also be able to contribute some fun stuff and give some good tips and, you know, put in my 2 cents here and there. Hopefully you guys are entertained by having me on here. I'm very grateful for everyone who reached out to me, congratulating me about being a co-host. It was more of a, you know, thank you to Regine for me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And yeah, looking forward to this year. How about you, Regine? Excited?
I am. I'm excited to see where this goes. I know one day you and I were like talking and I'm like, hey Liz, do you want to be a co-host? Sure, perfect. Let's do this. I'm excited to figure out how this will work. I mean, I'm used to being the co-host, so I think I'm going to have to ask Scott for more tips on what to do. But I'm really excited to have you on this journey with me, to have us work together even more than we already do on a regular basis. And like you said, meet more people from around the world. I mean, it's crazy to think back. And like I said earlier, we've had guests from the UK. We've had guests from America, like Florida. We've had guests from all different parts of Canada, different time zones. We even had people who were out in where was she? Where was Beatrice? She was, I think, in Kuwait when I interviewed her.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what happens and see where this pageant journey and pageant podcast journey takes us together. And it's going to be exciting. I hope we get more guys on the show, actually.
I think that would be really fun. I think we definitely should find them and track them down and make sure they can.
Yes. Where are all the pageant guys at besides Scott? I mean, we can get Scott back, but...
Always.
Well, this was amazing. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in and joining us for the 1 year special of the Pageant Sit Down. It has been amazing reminiscing with all of you who tuned in, for all those who submitted videos for our birthday special, for Liz for being here, for Liz's roommates who are sitting on the couch watching, for Scott Marnoch, who is probably watching Jeopardy and missed our episode, to Cindy, who I know is working on Galaxy stuff right now, but has us in the background. Thank you to all of you who tuned in. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you like all things pageantry, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all in 2 weeks for episode 1 of season 2. Bye!
Bye!